Hi there. My name is Lauren Bricker, and today's talk is actually an advocacy talk on how cool it is to inspire kids in computer science and how you can get helped. Now, briefly, I have a PhD in computer science, and I've been in software engineering, and I've been in manager. I never thought of myself as a teacher. And then I got into the job of primary sourcing a couple of geeks. I have an 18-year-old just graduated high school. He's going to be going to UW in the fall. He wants to major in computer science and robotics. My younger one just got done with Lego Robotics Camp. Now, both of these kids have been using computers since they were really little, and yes, these are both their different pictures. But that was apparently not enough. 2 years ago, I get an email that says, hey, would you like to teach computer science part-time? I think, whoo, parent, part-time, that's great. But now I had to learn, how do I teach something I just know how to do? Well, first you have to pick a language. Well, I picked Java because I had last done it in my last job. I was comfortable with it, and the AP exam uses it. You also have to pick a book. So I actually wound up using the one from the University of Washington. It turns out it teaches objects after programming concepts. So as it turns out, I also wanted to teach things like that software engineering is different than programming, that's different than computer science, but they all are very important. I also wanted to really impart some good problem-solving skills while having some fun. Well, what's fun? Teaching them how to count binary on their hands, just don't do 4, 128, or 132. Also, October 24th, Kilobyte Day. They seem to like that. It took me about a year to figure out what pattern to use. Kids do like having a regular schedule. I have only 2 45-minute sections a week and then 1 longer section. What do I do with the longer section? I'm going to talk about the guest lecturing in a minute. Difficulties. Grading and writing exams takes a long time, and then even when I do write exams, I wind up with this bimodal distribution where I have kids that just get it, and then other kids that take a longer time. So I looked for some sanity savers. As it turns out, I've got a whole bunch of teachers I've met through the Computer Science Teachers Association from area schools, and there's a listserv through the College Board that's been very helpful. What this has allowed me to do is increase my rate of geek generation by quite a lot. I still have the problem of girls versus boys. I'm working on that. So what's really cool about this? The really cool thing is when they get it. I had a student who wasn't doing so well, and we hit recursion, and recursion was really tough. I sat with him for over an hour, and we played with the Towers of Hanoi until he got it, and that light bulb, and he went to his friends, and he told his friends. The other cool thing is the student projects that the kids do at the end of the year. I wish I could tell you about all of these, but the one that was really stood out in my mind was year 1, 2 kids tried to do a blackjack implementation. They couldn't get it together, but they gave a great speech at the end of the year. Year 2, 2 sets of kids come up and say, I want to work together. And I'm like, don't do it, you're not going to get it done. They proved me wrong, and they were so excited to see that they could prove me wrong. So how can you help? Well, I'm not going to talk about lesson plans, software, and hardware, although if anybody has lesson plans to give me, that would be great. Guest lectures. The kids love to see how theory gets turned into practice. Now, I've had a whole bunch of people give talks, and I wish I could thank them all. But having somebody talk about the corpse queue when I'm talking about data structures, corpse queue from a game, they loved it. Having somebody talk about scalable web services, great. We also need people to help with our contests. We had a contest in April. We need people to judge. We need logistics. We need mentors. And we need swag to give away. Here's one of my pet peeves. I have these kids coming out of this class that have some serious programming skills, and they comment their code. There's no place. There's no place for them to get internships. So how can you get involved? We've just recently been forming the new Puget Sound chapter of the ACM CSTA. If you're a CS teacher in this area, come to one of our meetings. Come talk to me. If you're in industry, please get involved. We need some industry representatives. And if you have any questions, get in touch with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lauren.